Yeah, I'm living my best life.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of A Lot of Alexis. As always, I am so glad that you're here. Back by popular demand, we have a very special guest today. Amber, welcome back to the podcast.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here again.
We have a lot of stones left unturned. Do you know what that means?
No.
It means we have a lot to talk about that we didn't get to last time. We could talk for days, but we're going to just give people a little more of a taste into our life because they're so curious. I want to start with something a little fun. Some, maybe not rapid fire, but some questions for you, okay? They're random and just the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
What is your Starbucks order?
I'm so glad you asked. So, it's a pink drink with, I get a different amount of shots of vanilla each time.
Ooh, vanilla in a pink drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I get vanilla cold foam sometimes.
Okay, so a pink drink. Well, that's the one with is it like coconut milk or whatever? Okay. The pink drink with shots of vanilla and sweet vanilla cold foam. Wow, I need to try that. That sounds delicious. Because I get vanilla lattes from Starbucks. So you're adding what is it, strawberry, a little strawberry component?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I have to try that. What do you get for food? Do you get food at Starbucks?
I get an Impossible sandwich with no egg.
The Impossible
nobody
sandwich.
knows what that is anymore. And it's really sad because that's the best sandwich that they have there.
Well, if nobody knows, that means that they'll never run out because Starbucks always runs out of their food. So, I mean, you just told the world, but it's fine.
It's okay.
What is your dream vacation?
Disney.
Disney.
Yeah.
Same girl. See you there in December.
Because nothing really tops it.
I agree.
Because, a regular vacation is, okay, but, I'd rather be in Florida at Disney, walking around in Epcot.
I'd always rather be in Disney. So, let's be a little unbiased, because we're just Disney people. Nothing will ever top Disney for us. Which I actually didn't know that about you, so that's really fun. If it's not Disney, give me another vacation.
Probably a cruise, because I've never been on a cruise.
Wait, I haven't been on a cruise. We should plan a cruise.
Yeah, we should.
Okay. Because cruises are cool because you can get off and go to the beaches, but you're mainly on the boat. But you know what I get nervous about with cruises? What if we go on a cruise and we're seasick? You'd have to get medication for it just in case before you went on. Because you wouldn't know until you knew. And then what, you're just puking for a week? Maybe it's an irrational fear. Maybe the ship doesn't move that fast. Yeah. But that's what I think of when I think of a cruise. So let's find out together. We'll do a family cruise trip.
Yeah.
But we are, spoiler alert, planning a Disney trip for December of this year. So we are going to get our number one dream vacation this year. Because good thing this is not a rapid fire question because we're going on tangents per usual.
Yeah.
But speaking of Disney vacations, last year we did Disney.
Yeah.
We go big or go home. Callie turns 1, we're going to Disney. We went to Disney and it was the best. So we stayed at a house outside of Disney on its own resort. And we that's essentially the trip that we're planning again in December.
Yeah.
Because it was so cool. We had our other sister come. Abby came with us. Our mom was there. Matt came, obviously. And then my husband, Matt. You should know that by now. I'm not going to specify husband anymore. So Matt's mom and dad were there too. And it's really cool because I've always dreamed of having the family dynamic where you could have both sides of the family go and everybody's included. And you know from holidays, we don't even split up holidays. We're always together. If we're hosting or if his mom's hosting or if our mom hosts, we're all always together, and I just
Yeah.
think that's so cool. We even implement that into vacations.
Yeah.
Like, that's really fun. You know what's really fun, too, is to see your, like, for you, it's your brother-in-law's mom and dad. Like, you just have such a close relationship with that side of the family. It's so cool because you might take it for granted. You're like, yeah, duh, like, it's Patty, it's Jim. But the fact that you get to be like, or that they get to have you as part of their life is so cool for them. Imagine being like Matt and I, right? Callie will one day, as wild as it seems, get married. And I could only hope that her future husband wants to be involved with Matt and I and you. Like, it just seems like we take it for granted because we're just people that love. Like, of course we'd get along with everybody, and of course we'd want all that quality time. But that is something so rare that you find with family and extended family and in-laws that we just, like, have it made. So, yes, dream vacation, Disney, everybody's involved. We did it in March last year. We're doing it again this year. What was your favorite part about Disney, since we're on the subject?
Like the last time we went to Disney?
Yeah.
Like actually at Disney? Or
Whatever. The trip in general,
I
Disney,
think-
one of each.
I think it was the like place that we stayed at. That was like really cool.
It
'Cause
was cool.
me and Abby shared like a little bunk bed, like we did like at like when we first moved out of,
Yeah, like earlier in life. Yeah.
and it was really cool because one night I remember Abby fell asleep on the top bed and I had to sleep on the bottom. Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, it's like your little kids again, sharing
Yeah,
a room.
and it was like a Mickey themed room, so it was really cool.
You guys had the coolest room, for sure. But that's the cool thing about vacations, is that they force you to feel like a kid again. And I think that's why we're so obsessed with Disney Vacation specifically, because you're not going to feel like an adult at Disney. Like, you're just, it brings you back. It's so nostalgic. So, yeah, the place that we stayed at was really, really cool. And we're just going to have that. Oh, I'm just so excited for December. And then to come here on the podcast, like, we can talk about all the aspects of it. And oh my gosh, it's going to be a really good time. So, okay, that was only the second question. But this one's really going to take some thinking.
Okay.
Who would play you, like someone who's famous?
Like an actor? Or an
Yeah, yeah. Who would play you if you were a role in a movie or TV show?
Probably Zendaya.
Okay, I love that answer.
Because she has like similar hair.
Yeah, and they don't have to look like you, but I totally agree because she has the same energy output as you.
And like Tom Holland is like also.
Your husband.
Right.
Right. So it's only fitting.
Right.
She's going to play the part, be the part.
Right.
Yes. I was also going to say, also, there is not one thing that Zendaya's in that I don't like. She's incredible. Another person that I was thinking, is it Jenna Ortega that plays Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think she also gives off a similar energy.
Really?
Yeah. Just cute and not shy, but like to herself and like very sure of herself, but not as like, you know, in your face. Yeah, Zendaya was a good one though. What I also want to talk about is some of our favorite memories together. I mean, you're literally 13. One of my favorite memories is when I brought you to the Jonas Brothers concert. And that was...
Oh my gosh.
Was that 2021?
It was either that or 2020.
Okay. Yeah, we got there. So there was a Jonas Brothers concert at Fenway Park. And it was obviously Jonas Brothers headlining. And then Kelsey Ballerini was opening up for Jonas Brothers.
And mind you, this was like way before Kelsey Ballerini was like Kelsey Ballerini.
Literally before she was her. Like, we are the OG Kelsey Ballerini fans. And
I was there for her dibs, like Homecoming Queen, like all those songs. If you don't know those songs, just
no, you were
It is-
also on her. So at the concert, she opened, and we were just obsessed with her. We loved her before, but we were obsessed with her that day. So we were singing. It was Homecoming Queen.
it was.
I took a video of you and put it on my Instagram story and tagged her, and she shared the story of you singing that. And it was just so cute. It's like one of those little things where you're like, "Ooh, I did that."
So basically, like I'm her best friend. We talk all the time. Like
Yeah, you're famous.
Right.
You're famous too. And we also made that really cute TikTok that day. Mm-hmm. And it was like in the stands, and we got there before anybody else got there. Oh my gosh. Do you remember the dry? I blocked, yes. I blocked this part out because I'm scarred. We're driving to Fenway, and anybody driving into Fenway or into Boston in general on the weekend, it's always a joke. But we're getting on the off ramp, and I have to pee so bad. And I don't mean pee like oh, I have to pee. I mean I am losing my pants. Like they're going to be soaked because I cannot hold this anymore. It's painful. And you were so cute because you're just this little sister, and you're like, you can do it, Lexi. Hold it. You can do it. Like I have this motivational speaker to my right. I'm really just like looking at the GPS, watching the minutes go down ever so slowly, not sure how I'm supposed to make it. Spoiler alert, my outfit was still intact. I did in fact make it, but that was like such a bad moment for me. That was so scary.
I remember you like grabbed my hand as soon as we like got out of the car, and we were like sprinting to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we made it.
Mm-hmm.
Then we made a cute TikTok. Then we saw Kelsey Ballerini open. And then Jonas Brothers were literally like top 3 artists that I've ever seen live talent-wise too. Like they were incredible. I want to see them again. It's just like the whole day event time with you was just like perfect. So that's definitely one of my favorite memories. What about you?
Well, I like adding to that. I remember when we walked in and there was nobody in there. Like it was literally an empty stadium. It was really cool. And then I remember the sound of the TikTok we made like echoed.
Yes.
It was really cool.
Yeah, you were definitely embarrassed. It's cool, but you were like, turn it down. But it's my job to embarrass you, you know? Another memory that I love, I guess it's kind of like, first of all, there's too many, but it's not an individual memory, but it's, Callie's had 2 birthdays so far. And setting up for her parties and the actual parties are just so fun because you and Abby are always involved in the process.
Oh, yeah.
And we just always make it like you go big or you go home. I can't say it enough. You go big or you go home, and we always go big. And we set up the whole place with like all these balloons and food and decorations, and we just invite all the people, and it's always just like such an event. Again, always where people can get together and just have a good time. But Callie's last party, we had a temporary tattoo bar.
And I was like in charge of like putting them on the kids that wanted them.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like a huge line, so I did them. And she got way too many temporary tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
There were like so many left. And the kids had like their whole forearm tattooed, and they still were like, I want more. And I was like, okay, like there's so many. And after the party, there were so many tattoos left over. And I was like, well, I may as well just give myself a sleeve of temporary tattoos.
And it didn't start that way. You were just being the cool auntie. You were like, I'm going to pop one here. Oh, she likes this character. I'm going to pop one here on my forearm, on my wrist, whatever. So I have to also tell this from my point of view because I walked away as you were doing that and got distracted with the kids and whatever. I came back and your arms were literally covered. It was so funny.
Like, even up here, like on the back of my shoulder. Like, I had to make sure I got every single inch of my
You had literal sleeves.
And there were still leftover tattoos.
Yes. So I got the hilarious story from you after that. You went to school. And do you want to say what happened?
So, I'm in English class. And I have a hoodie on because, not because of them, but it was cold, whatever. And I got hot, so I took off my hoodie. And my English teacher is just like staring at me for a good like 2 minutes. And I'm like, me? She starts like creeping over to me as she's still like staring at my tattoos. And she comes over and her head is like this close to my
Her head was this close
her
to
head was
my
literally this
tattoos.
close to my arm. And she goes, are you kidding me right now? Put your sweatshirt back on right now.
Yeah. And you said she's like older, so she was like old school.
Yeah.
You know, and she said it with attitude. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Put your sweatshirt.
Are you kidding me right now? Put your sweatshirt back on right now.
Yeah. Which, because you're so secure in yourself and the way that you told the story, it was funny. Obviously, it's, intense and not cool. And I don't know. I don't know the big deal. Like, obviously, if she is old school, she's going to be like, oh, it's inappropriate. Okay, fine. Like, whatever. Generations are different. But it's just hysterical because you were literally at your niece's second birthday party, decided to do all these temporary tattoos, and then you're in trouble at school. Like,
It's actually insane to me.
Yeah. I feel like that I could just go on and on and on with memories, but I mean, we'd literally be here forever.
Right.
One thing that we did touch upon when you were here last was a little bit of skincare, but I want to talk more about like the makeup and hair side because you're also really, really into those products. So what are some things that you love for makeup?
My like holy grails are the Rare Beauty eye brightener.
Mm-hmm.
And the Sephora brand. It's called the Sephora Size Up mascara.
Oh, size up.
Those are like the two things that I use. Sometimes if I feel like it, I'll put on the Glow Recipe Hue drops, which are like tinted drops.
Yes, you were telling us about those.
Yeah.
And so Rare Beauty, that's Selena Gomez. Oh my gosh, do you remember that video? It's a TikTok or a reel. And it's like, oh my God, do you think that Selena Gomez's company is called Rare because of that rare disease she has? It's awful.
Does she even have a disease?
Yeah, she has, isn't it lupus?
What is that?
I think it's lupus. It makes you like super, like you just feel like crap. I'm pretty sure all the time.
Do you think their brand is called Rare Beauty?
Yeah, that's why it was so insensitive and funny because it was like she actually has something like really sad, and then they were like, "Do you think it's because of her rare condition?" So that's your go-to for makeup. And you know what's funny is I feel like I've had the same makeup routine since I learned how to do makeup, but I've always loved a good like contour, not like the crazy stuff like you see on TV or like Love Island where they like morph their face into something else. I just mean like the powder, like a bronzer, a little blush, like the light hits you. It's accentuating your features, right? We're not like creating a new face. But I saw this other video the other day, and it was about like blush blindness. And I felt personally victimized because I love blush. And before bronzer was a thing, I'll literally show you the picture, and I'll post it when this episode comes out because it was wild. I used to literally contour my face with the blush. Yeah, it would just be this heavy area of like blush. So then bronzer came out and it's like, oh, where have you been all my life? Like, thank God this looks way better. So then I started to do that. But yeah, I would say those are my like favorite things, is just like a good powder, like, you know, powder, a gentle like contour vibe, and then a lip. I love a lip. I feel like I don't wear lipstick enough, but it's always like a good statement. So for hair, I had said in a previous episode that my favorite line in general these days, because it switches up from time to time. Obviously, I'm around hair products all the time. Amika's been my vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite overall brand?
It's probably in between Amika and Redken.
Yeah, I agree.
Because Redken is where my shampoos are and my detangler is from, I think. And like I use those like every day, but I also use the Amika conditioner sometimes, and I use the Amika curl spray. So
No, I'm with you. In the shower, shampoo and conditioner, that's where my Redken is. And then outside for products, that's when I use Amika. And I just started using that new detangling primer from Amika, and I love it. If I could pick one product for everybody to like go out and try, the Amika detangling primer, because anybody can use it, any hair type, and it's just that good. Like, you put it on before anything else when your hair is wet, and it just like does the magic.
I'm pretty sure it's called the Wizard. It's like a weird name, but I think that's what
You're right. Yep, it's called the Wizard. The Wizard and I, baby. We go hand in hand. Always a Wicked reference, but it's fine. Don't mind me. So another thing that you're into is fast food. And it's not like you eat it a ton. I'm not saying like you live on fast food.
Yeah.
But you take your fast food very seriously. And I admire that. So I did a little something special for you. And I ran a couple polls on my Instagram page about fast food.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you guess where everything landed. And we're going to see if you're right.
Okay.
So overall,
for this.
yeah. Get ready, get cozy.
I'm ready.
So I asked what was just the best fast food place in general. And it's multiple choice. So do you want to know the answers? Okay. So it's between Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's.
Chick-fil-A.
Okay, yeah. And then I felt really silly for even putting Chick-fil-A in it because obviously Chick-fil-A is going to win. So I guess, I mean, it got a whopping 74% of the votes if we're being specific. So then between like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, what do you think landed?
McDonald's.
Yeah. Yep. And then Burger King and Wendy's were just kind of like trailing. Okay, so you got that right. But I also think it's important to talk specifics, okay? We're talking chicken nuggets. Because I wouldn't be able to answer that poll, honestly, because I like something at each stop better. And it's something, like, people take their nuggets and fries and burgers very seriously.
I do.
Yeah, so we're going to go through. I think the best nuggets, okay, let's take Chick-fil-A out because Chick-fil-A is just going to screw us up. It's going to win.
Okay.
We're going the basics.
Then it's McDonald's. The McDonald's nuggets are,
You're going McDonald's nuggets?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going Wendy's nuggets.
Okay.
However, Burger King has the chicken fries, but we can't try. Okay. So that's it for nuggets. I respect that. They're a classic. It's great. Okay, fries, because they're so different.
McDonald's.
Wow, okay. I'm going Burger King.
I think, okay, yeah, that's valid, but I think that used to get McDonald's with Dad every single time I went
Yeah.
and saw him. And, which wasn't very often. Like,
Yeah.
It's not like I went to my dad's every single day. No. But,
You're like, to be clear, I'm not eating McDonald's every day.
no.
But you've tested the waters enough to know.
Yeah. It's but it would be Chick-fil-A, but since Chick-fil-A's off the table, I think it's just like the seasoning on the McDonald's fries.
No, I get it. They're salted up, and I do love that. Like when I get fries that are not salted enough from fast food restaurants,
I don't eat it. I lose my appetite.
It's
can't.
done. What is the point? I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you for the salt
Right.
and the goodness. I came through this drive-thru for a reason. I know what I want, and you didn't give it to me. So it doesn't happen often, but yeah, not enough salted fries are really a Debbie Downer.
Now I have to get McDonald's fries after this.
Okay, well we can drive there. Also, speaking of drive, on the way here, how many times have I been here so far? And we weren't even distracted. Amber and I are driving here, and
I mean, we were a little bit distracted by Tate McRae, but that's...
Yeah, we were singing Sports Car and dancing to it. But, like, how distracted does that really make you? Like, we're always doing that. So, yeah, we were jamming, and I go, like, pretty much by the exit, and I'm like, I just want to kind of, I could make it, but no. No, I had precious cargo, so it's fine. We made it. We made it on time, and it's all good. But okay, so I also need to know: do you eat burgers like from fast food restaurants?
I think my favorite burger from fast food is McDonald's.
Okay. So you're just a ride or die. I love this about you.
I love McDonald's.
I do love McDonald's.
I love me some Mickey Days.
Okay.
No, McDonald's is probably one of my favorite fast food restaurants if you can't
Clearly.
tell.
But you're loyal. And I respect that about you. Because you're not like me. You're not like, oh, I want a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Like, you're going to
That's
McDonald's.
That's just what it ends up being. Because before I even tried the McDonald's nuggets, that would always be what I wanted. Like, a McDonald's burger meal. No, like that was my go-to. Like,
right.
McDonald's burger. That's just what I wanted every single day. I didn't get it every single day.
Right, I understand.
But I wanted it every single day.
Yeah,
like,
I get it. I appreciate.
I always had a passion for the McDonald's.
You're very passionate about it right
am.
now, and I respect that. Okay, so moving on from that category, I also ran a poll with, so I did Starbucks, Dunkin's, and Aroma Joe's, but I did one poll for food and one poll for beverages. So we're going Starbucks, Dunkin's, Aroma Joe's.
Okay.
What do you think won for beverages?
Dunkin'.
No?
Was it Starbucks?
Yeah, Starbucks took the lead.
Then it was Dunkin's for food. It had to be.
Wait, we're not there yet.
Okay.
What's your favorite for beverages? What's your answer?
I think mine would be Dunkin' because I really like their energy ones.
Okay.
They
Oh, yeah, the refreshers.
Yeah, and they have, like, literal energy
Energy drinks.
Energer. No, they have actual energy drinks.
Okay.
And the peach one is really good.
Okay.
Like, it's, like, you would really like it. And they just came out with an Arctic cherry one. I tried that one. It's really good, too.
I do love me some cherry. Okay, so you'd rather have that than your pink drink with the vanilla?
Yeah, because I think I get it more often, so I'm more used to it. But, like, if I had to pick between it, like, after...
You do. This is a question. Which would you rather?
I'm thinking, because... I don't know, because I get Dunkin's more, but if it's every once in a while and someone asks me and I haven't had Starbucks, I'll be like, Starbucks.
Okay, all right. So you're not as committed with that one. That's okay. I can respect that. For food, which do you think won?
Dunkin'.
Yeah, it was a tie. Starbucks. Aroma Joe's just got the shaft for, like, both those.
Well,
but I had to
love
put it in
Aroma
there.
Joe's. I do love Aroma Joe's, but I think if it came because of the three of them, that would be... Because a lot of people
Yeah.
don't even know what Aroma Joe's is.
That's true. That's true.
Which is crazy. But
But it also depends on, I guess, where you live, because I've only been there once. Like, I don't pass it. So, for food, what is your favorite?
oh, Dunkin', for sure.
I do think Dunkin' for food, because Starbucks has more of like an eclectic, like it has like
The
this,
greens.
right. Okay, so that's why I don't like it. Yep. No, but it's also different. Like sometimes you just want like a bacon, egg, and cheese. Like make it simple. Give it to me.
But like they have bagel bites, they have regular bagels, they have so many donuts, they have there's so many, and they have good like names for it too. It's like
Dunkin's.
it's just Dunkin'.
Dunkin's and McDonald's sponsor me. Okay, I want to focus on, we did it a little bit before, but our like generation gap, because I want to know if you know some of the things that were in my everyday life ingrained like into me, whether it was school or, you know, whatever. Do you know what a landline is?
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
Isn't that like the phone that's all around the house, but it all connects to the same thing?
Yeah, like on the wall. Mm-hmm. So, can you picture life with a landline?
No.
Yeah, you had like a phone. And I will say, like, I didn't have a lot of time in this time of, you know, landlines, because like the wireless phones like came kind of quickly. There were still house phones before cell phones, but you know, I had a few of my years with a landline, and you literally like took it off the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it.
That
it was
would
like,
be kind of cool, though.
I agree. Because it just takes you away from... Okay, but do you think... Actually, no, I have a better question. Do you think it would be cool then, like, you don't have your iPhone, too? Like, do you think that that's still cool? Or do you need... Yeah.
But, well, because...
So then what's the point of having the landline?
Well, because if you feel like being more fun with it... instead of just like having your phone,
Mm-hmm. It's like
take it off the wall and like.
Well, enough things have come back with fashion and all of that, so I wouldn't be surprised if people thought it was cool to like put a phone on their wall in their house again. We'll see. We could be bringing it back. Mm-hmm. Do you learn cursive in school?
I did in second grade.
Uh-huh.
And I gave up.
But they don't like make you still do it.
No.
So later in life, if you're like writing a check and you have to do your signature, how is that going to look for you?
I'll just print it. Like,
you're going to just write your name.
Yeah. Or I could just do a squiggle, because that's what people do for their signatures.
Okay, that's true. That's true. I do know cursive, and mine doesn't always like look like my name. But I find it so crazy that you literally just don't, not just you, like your age group, just doesn't know cursive. Like, that is something that I was forced to practice year after year after year to get it like perfect.
Yeah. I know how to do an A in cursive. It's a...
Well, that's good.
And I know how to do an E.
Well, I guess if you have your first and last initial, like you said, you can do a signature, because that's kind of all it is. You just scribble. But yeah, isn't that crazy? That you just like don't know cursive? I don't know. Maybe it's just crazy to me.
I know like little letters around from it, but I don't really.
Mm-hmm. So another thing, you're in the world of Netflix and Peacock and Hulu and everything else. Do you remember, like, I don't think you would remember, there were movie stores. Have you ever seen a movie store? Okay. No. So you used to go to a literal store where there was movies all on shelves, like movies in their, like DVDs and VHSs in their cases.
Yeah.
Just around. And you would pick the one you wanted and rent it and take it home. And then you could bring it back.
What if you didn't bring it back?
And you got like charged. I think you got charged like up to the amount of the movie if you like bought it at Walmart or something, you know? But yeah, you didn't just go on the TV and open an app and choose a movie to watch. You literally had to if you didn't have the DVD at home. But when new movies came out, it was kind of a thing, at least for us in our family, that you would go to the movie store the day it came out.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but then you would hope that it wasn't all off the shelf, because then you'd have to wait for somebody to check it back in. Like a library book. Yes, like a library book. Library books were movies. That's a different life, right?
Ew.
But you know what's... I have like... It was kind of fun. It was kind of fun sometimes. Like you're saying about the landline, it is cool and it is fun, but I would never give up the convenience of being able to turn on Netflix and watch a movie.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Mm-hmm. But cool isn't good enough because they'll just all go out of business, you know, because people aren't going to like keep doing that. So, yeah, I get what you're saying. When you're like, oh, that's cool, I'd have it, but you don't want to give up what you have either.
Yeah, no, for it, I wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm. A memory I have in the movie store is, do you know where the wildlings are?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how...
You were petrified of that.
Am petrified of it. For whatever reason, I have no memory of it from when I was a kid. I have nothing traumatic that I can relate to pooping my pants when I see the characters of Where the Wildlings Are. So Abby, in the movie store, she got the cover to Where the Wildlings Are, and she had it behind her back, and she came up to me and pulled it out, and I was crying, running around. She was chasing me around the movie store with the cover of Where the Wildlings Are.
That isn't even... It's a kid's book.
I know, and you know what's crazy about it is it's the book and the movie. There's something about it. It literally makes me like, I'm sweating. I'm currently sweating thinking about Where the Wildlings Are. And
I mean, it's kind of uneasy, but...
Right.
But it's Where the Wildlings Are. It's...
Right. But even in high school, my Spanish teacher knew I was afraid of it. Mm-hmm. And so she took the book and like copied with a copy machine all the pages to it and like put them inside my backpack so that when I went into my backpack, I like got scared. Yeah, it's really hard for me. But
you're like, I'm sweating currently.
Yeah, I'm currently sweating. So those are just like 3 crazy things though that you've just like never seen, that you'll never see unless there's this crazy time warp like nostalgia bring it back. But I really you're just living in like a different, we're only 16 years apart and you live in a different world. Mm-hmm. It's so crazy. So I also have some fun like would you rathers if you want to just kind of like play. Okay, would you rather be able to travel to the past or to the future? Kind of goes along with what we were just talking about.
The future, probably.
You don't want to see a landline? No kidding. Okay, the future. Where would you go to like a specific spot in the future?
I would go to like thousands of years ahead. Like
that would be so cool.
Like 2300. Wait, does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. I had to think about it too.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Like 3,000 years. Wait.
Yeah.
Like 3,000 years.
I like that. Been to the year 3000. Jonas Brothers. Right. It's connecting. You gotta check it out. Okay, so you travel to the future. I don't know. I have to think about that. These questions are for you anyway, so I'm not on the hot seat. Okay, would you rather text or like call FaceTime? Just in a normal conversation.
Oh, FaceTime.
Me too. I meet so many people that do not like to talk on the phone. Clearly I'm a talker, so whatever, but yeah, I like to call over text. Sneakers or sandals?
Sneakers.
Yeah. I think if I'm being realistic, sneakers, but overall, like fashion-wise, I'm more of like a sandal gal. Early bird or night owl?
Both.
Yeah, you really
Because
are, aren't
I'm
you?
both. Because I fell asleep last night at like 2. And
AM.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I'm just...
But you also, like, you
And I
don't
woke up
have
at
any...
8.
You don't have trouble getting up in the morning.
No. I can even stay up late on a school night and I'm fine in the morning. So it's like...
Okay, so you're both. Okay, would you rather have super strength or super speed?
Speed.
I mean, you literally do track. It would be a little unfair. Oh my god, have you ever seen The Incredibles?
Mm-hmm.
The little... He just, like,
Yeah, the
beats
guy.
everybody. That'd be you. Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles. I've always... Like, at home waffles, if I go out to breakfast, I'd get a pancake
Oh, interesting.
to, like, pick.
Waffles, like the frozen waffles for breakfast?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
I specifically like the Eggo chocolatey chip banana. Those are my favorite.
They have banana?
It's chocolate chip banana. It's so good.
Oh yeah, I need
Yeah.
to try those.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I go out, I like a good waffle. I don't get it a lot. I'm not like when I go out to breakfast like getting pancakes or waffles. It's usually like the basic, like the eggs and the toast and all that. But I probably order I pick a waffle. Okay, the board game Life or the board game Sorry?
Life.
Yeah. Sorry gets mean.
I remember when I was little, I would like hate that game because someone would like knock me off
Well,
and
because Abby and I weren't really the sisters to let you win. And we were pretty obnoxious when sorry. And we'd
Yeah.
like throw your piece across the room. So I'm not confused as to why you don't like that game. You're probably a little scarred. So, you know.
just a wee bit.
Yeah, just a bit. So life it is. That's all I have for you right now. Is there anything you want to add? I mean, you'll obviously be back again.
I think that's it for now.
Yeah, that's it for now. We'll keep the people wanting more. Well, I love you so much, and thank you for coming on
I
again.
love you too.
And thank you, everybody, for being here with us. Okay, well, that's it for today. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at A Lot of Alexis Podcasts, on TikTok at A Lot of Alexis Podcasts, and of course, you know where to find us, but we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. So thank you so much for joining us today, where there's a lot to say, a lot to do, and a whole lot of Alexis.